Today we're having a crown roast. I call it the king of the crown roast pork. So this is a special recipe we're having for Christmas, but you can have this recipe any time of the year. So the main ingredients here, we have 15 ribs of pork loin. We have apple bacon and granny apples. So each one of these between the bones here, just give it a good trim. You're gonna, because you'll see what I'll be doing in a second here. So same thing on this piece here. Just score the meat where the bone is, because you're going to be wrapping this around in a crown. What I've done here is taken 2 skewers just to hold the pork in place. I've got some string here. I'm going to tie the 2 loins together. So we're going to go 2 rounds of it. So I'm going to stick a bottle in here. No. So I'm going to I stuck a milk bottle in there. So just to get the general shape, I've done it now. So I'm going to go right at the bottom there. Right at the bottom. I'm going to tie one more string here where the ribs are. So this will hold the top together for sure. I've got the thick sliced bacon here. I'm going to put around the crown roast. So I'm going to use skewers to tie them all together. So I'm going to make some marinade. You can use any kind of vegetable oil. You can use olive oil. I like to use coconut oil. I got some basil leaves there. Put about a tablespoon there. So this is the Montreal smoked meat spices. So Schwartz's is a famous place in Montreal. They serve smoked meat. And like also to thank my cousins Amy and Philip. They treating my parents and us for dim sum lunch. So we'll be doing that very shortly after Christmas, maybe before New Year's. So I'm going to throw in some of this Montreal spices in there. So I'm going to throw in some thyme. So I'm going to shake some black pepper in there. Throw some salt in there. Crown roast is looking pretty good. I'm just going to put some of the spices all over the crown roast. So you can use whatever kind of spices that you like. Some people just like salt and pepper. That's fine. So just put some on the side. And also in between the ribs, put some on the inside as well. So I'm going to take out the bottle right now. And cover the bones. You can also cover the bacon as well, so the bacon doesn't burn during the initial high heat. A lot of people like to put individual tinfoil around each of the bones, but that takes a long time, and this works just as well. You're going to cover the bacon on the inside as well as on the outside. And then the foil train will go around the bones here. So we're getting the roast all ready for the oven. So we're going to make the dressing. We're going to have a good first half hour of roasting. And the roast is going in right now. And we have a landing right in the dead center of the oven. So we're on right now at 15 seconds and counting. No disaster so far. And we set the temperature at 475 degrees. So it's looking pretty good now. Okay, we'll check the oven right now. We're roughly at half hour from the start. So I'm going to turn it down to 350. Have a quick look first. Oh, it's looking good, looking good. Looking good. So the roast is looking pretty good. To burn off the string here. So I'm going to turn it around this way. So it's going down to 350 right now. So the roast is looking pretty good here. It's at half an hour right now, so we're going to cook it for the last hour and a half to hour and 3/4, at 350 degrees. I'm going to saute the onion. So just dice up the carrot, you know, small pieces there. So add the carrot. We're going to put about a little over a teaspoon in there of salt. And then 1 teaspoon of sage. Put a little bit of thyme in there. Put a pinch of that. So put some basil in there. Then you put a teaspoon of chicken flavor, chicken base. Then I put a tablespoon of sugar. I use the coconut sugar. You can use brown sugar. Then you put a cup of water in there. Put more water if you like. I'm going to put a cup and a half in there. So I'm going to cut the bread right now. I just have homemade bread that I made. So on 2 different occasions. So I'm going to cut the bread into a 1-inch square. So you can use any kind of bread you like. If you just want to buy a loaf of bread of any kind, put it in. So this is about a loaf of bread there. So you can make more bread dressing. So you can make some extra dressing on the side. Just cook it in a pan on the side. The ingredients have been cooking in here for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going to shut the wok down. So you just cut the apples. You got 3 Granny Smith. You can use 2 or 3. You can use a peeler. I just use a knife. So just cut the apples into cubes. So the apples go into the dressing mix. So give it a quick mix there. And then just put all the bread into the wok or the pan. So this is where a wok comes in handy. We're going to stuff the roast. I would do it in the last hour or half hour. If you want your dressing in smaller chunks, you can just break it up before you put it into the roast. So just baste the roast. I took off the foil. I caught the foil line here. So just baste that, and then you're going to scoop some of the dressing into the middle. So we're about halfway through, just a little over an hour. So I'm just going to stuff this in there. So you're going to put the foil back. You don't want to burn the... Put a little bit of water in there on the pan. So I'm going to put some hot water, boil the water already. So you can use this for gravy later or sauce. So I put about a cup. So this is the king of the crown pork roast. So we're going to take it out exactly 2 hours later. We could adjust the time if we have to, but I think 2 hours is enough to take out the crown roast. There you have it, king of the crown pork roast. Enjoy.